Welcome back to Mega Man X8. So, are you ready to see the sunk cost fallacy? I hope you are, cause we're playing a stage I should have saved for later.
Roger.
So we're choosing our characters, doesn't matter that much for this level, but we also have a choice in Navigator too.
Nice to meet you, Hunter.
Which also means we have two new characters.
My specialty is analyzing enemy abilities. I hope I can be of use.
Hi, I'm Pallet. I'm good at analyzing routes through stages.
I'm 10!
I don't suppose I need to say it, but I, Alia, will also assist in navigation. Before you head into battle, be sure to choose a navigator to assist you. Of course, if you're feeling confident, you can always choose to go it solo.
So yes, there's sort of an equivalent to each of the playable characters and the navigators. Or alternatively, you could just not have a navigator after several games where people really wish that were the case. So, for now, we're doing Avalanche Yeti's stage.
Avalanche Yeti.
So this is our driving stage.
There's an emergency
I
at
keep
the
saying I
Environmental Research
don't
Center.
think I
Who
did
knows
this
what
on
could
purpose,
happen?
and I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Go as fast as you can, but watch out for crevasses.
Like, I think I went with this stage because, you know, it's in the Arctic, so we're starting here. There's a mild emergency, and it's sort of out of the way, so we're going here first, and that's probably what my reasoning was. But that means that, once again, we're starting with a vehicle stage, like I have for so many X games now. And this is, in fact, the worst idea to do first, especially on hard mode. I would suggest having a few HP boosts under your belt before tackling this one. Though also, maybe don't save it for last either. I don't know, you might want to have fun, so... maybe don't save it for the, second to last stage. So yes, I probably should have played any other stage and just, you know, rerouted my old routes, or just redone that, but I didn't. Cause by the time I was just incredibly annoyed at this stage, I thought, well no, if I stop now, I'm just gonna not have the muscle memory for this shit, and then I'll be worse at it the next time I play. Though, to be fair, I think I got a pretty good, first part of the stage run. You know, I played this enough where I kinda got this down. Falls apart in the later part of the stage, especially since, you know, that this is the mini-boss portion. Which didn't quite get as smooth a practice in. So, this fucker right here. This isn't so bad. So let's see, we're going to start by having him drop some guys. Easy enough. The real problem is when he lowers and starts firing bullets. You can dash forward, and that makes him a little easier to hit. I think one of the big problems I had for this fight is I was trying to rely on rapid shots just so I could focus more on dodging, but I'm pretty sure unless you're aiming towards the middle, a lot of regular bullets will just end up missing. Charge shots will travel far enough to hit him, but yeah. I think right here I can hit him, he's making himself vulnerable, but right here... Again, you can dash forward if you want to, that'll make him easier to hit, but that makes those bullets just infuriating to dodge, so I stopped trying to do that so quickly. I quickly discovered, no, that's a bad idea, don't do that. Oh god, that was such a stupid hit. Ugh. Really botching this run, which isn't good, because we're done with a mini-boss, kind of. Also, he drops a bunch of things, including enemies, so you can just get hit last second. Because God is cruel, and he plays many jokes on you. Just go away already, this medal isn't worth it. So yeah, the second half of stage is significantly worse than first half of stage. So, I want to just say real quick, I enjoyed the vehicle stage in X7 more. As always, I do have to reiterate, yes, there was a hack that made the Reploids less of a pain to rescue. It made them not die in a single hit. That definitely helped, so that you didn't really have to rush it quite as much. But you had actual control over your Ride Chaser in X7, and it was finicky as all heck. It was kind of, a little goofy, the way it was implemented, but you know what? I felt like I could actually learn that stage. I feel like this just goes on for far too long, and it just gets to the point where I can sort of learn this. I didn't quite get this down as well as I did the first section, but this all feels so finicky too. I think it has the same problem that X7 did, where you're in a 3D space, and it's not exactly forgiving when it comes to whether or not God, that was such a stupid hit. Whether or not your bullets land. Yeah, this was all kind of preventable, but A, I was not in a good mood when playing this, and B, this is all so finicky. I keep saying it, but it's still true. So yeah, this is the part that's going to last for goddamn ever. Because this boss is back, but he's got a few different attacks. So, let's see, he's gonna start with dropping bombs. Yeah, okay, so you can't let those guys go unshot, otherwise they'll explode, and their explosion is lingering. He'll also try to ram you. You can sort of get some shots in, but I wouldn't risk it, because he does a lot of damage if he rams you. I will say, the whole thing about, like, bullets kinda having a hard time hitting in 3D space applies to the enemy as well as you. Like, it's hard to hit enemies sometimes. I found myself missing a lot, especially around corners when it came to shooting things. But sometimes those bullets do miss, and I don't know why, and I don't think they should. I'm glad they miss, don't get me wrong. I prefer that they miss, but like, sometimes it's just like, I should have gotten hit by that. The depth does sort of look right, but like, the way this plays out, that does not look like a miss. I would also like to say, I pretty much had to focus extremely hard for this one. Like, again, you have so much less space to actually maneuver if you try to go in closer, so that was not an option to me. That was a thing I decided against very early on in these runs. And so, yeah, it was basically just a matter of dodging from a distance, which is still too hard. I can't tell how they work. Like, sometimes I could weave and it'd be fine, sometimes I just go in a straight line and be fine. But really, it is just one of those things where you just have to react perfectly. You just have to move, you just have to be ready for tricks. And so yeah, I basically just had to focus really hard, because again, you can't weave consistently. If you start weaving, he's gonna hit you with a shot. He's gonna nail you with a bullet. So yeah, this is what I mean when I said that I can't really learn this stage. I just took forever to get this down in a way that didn't kill one of my characters. And unfortunately in this run, I really didn't have any leeway whatsoever, because I did terribly in previous sections. But I still never feel like I actually did it legitimately when I did do it. I felt like I just got lucky. Like, right there, I should have gotten hit, but I didn't, so whatever. I'll take it, but I don't understand it. Yeah, and like I said, it's better to charge shot, really, but, like, I was so focused on dodging that I tried my best to try and incorporate charge shots frequently, but, like, my brain wants to just rapid fire instead, because I'm not focusing on hitting. I've only made one of his engines start smoking, so yeah, we're still a ways off of this one. If you charge more, I think you will find yourself beating this boss a little bit faster. Again, really wish I weren't playing hard mode, but this is the sort of thing I do sometimes, when there is exactly one reason to. Yeah, so... still going, still no second plume of smoke from the sky. It's gonna go on for a little while longer. Trust me. This was a fight where, I believe my most frequently used word was more than likely fuck. Probably accompanied by either the words off or you, ass was in there, usually accompanied by eat the entirety of my, you know, that sort of thing. I hate this boss. This is not a good second impression of X8. I will say, you know, now that I'm away from it, I at least have the perspective of, as difficult as Stage 1 could be, I did learn it eventually. Like, I got a decent run of that down. I actually learned things. I learned how to play the stage and how to run that one. I have no idea what the light rings do, because that's actually pretty easy to counter, so... If that's anything significant, I don't fucking know. But yeah, no, Stage 1 was fine, and I will say, I've done the raw recording for episode 3, and that one's so much better. And I had fun with, like, a normal-ish-ass stage. It's not quite a normal stage, but it's closer to one than this. And I enjoyed myself. It has to almost be done, right? I'm pretty sure it has to almost be done. Like, this has gone on for a while. Also glad I didn't take any stupid hits from the little guys this time. I got all of that out of the way in the second section, the second ride section, not mini-boss section. Anyway, you're dead. I hope there's a mechanoid hell so that you can go to it. Also, I hope locations have a hell too. You're not safe either, Avalanche Yeti stage. White Zone or whatever you're called. Terrible sequel to Red Zone, honestly. So we'll have to play this stage again because I'm stupid, and there's two things at the end that you need Zero and X for, I believe. Or Axel for a different one. Maybe you don't need Zero specifically for the other one. The guide I'm using says Zero's needed, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky and any fire weapon will be useful. Shoryuken!
Zero. Even if you refuse to understand our ideal, at least leave us be.
Fuck off already.
I could never understand the ideals of Maverick Slime.
No, he's a Yeti.
Truly are an old model, aren't you? You can't change the world with that thinking.
Change the world? With destruction? Leave it to a Maverick to come up with that.
I think you're kinda racist, Zero, TBH.
Alright, so Avalanche Yeti is voiced by Dave Petit. So, I don't like this fight either. I didn't like the stage, I don't like this boss. He likes to cover the arena a lot, with icicles. I got lucky here, and he didn't do that attack twice in a row, but he can just fill up this whole side of the screen. Always remember his anti-air does have a diagonal to it, so it's actually a lot trickier to dodge than you might think. Alright, phase 2. So he's gonna start blowing out gigantic snowflakes that will fall from the ceiling. And basically this part of the battle is just the same as before, but there's an obstacle raining down on you very slowly over time. So yeah, it's just the annoying parts of the first bit of this fight, but now with an extra obstacle. Hey, did I ever mention that hard mode also adds difficulty parts to the boss? I don't necessarily mind that in of itself. I don't like HP value tampering, but that's fine. But also, God, do I not like this boss. And that's probably colored a lot by my disdain for this stage.
Time to go home.
Yeah, you and me both, excellent. Let's go home. Let's never speak of this again. Except we do have to speak of this again, because I was dumb. Again, there's still two things I need to pick up here. Zero wasn't even useful! He has a slightly different shot, but like X was just better the whole time. Alright, I'm rank B now, whatever, don't care. Okay, so, chip development for today. I think it's pretty obvious that clearly, in hard mode, my priority should be life up. So let's give life up to the characters who are going to be playing our next stage. This is how much life up +1 costs. It's kinda pricey, but whatever, we have basic life ups now. Right, so, maybe we'll talk more about how this actual game works next time, instead of just the dumb ride chaser stage. We're done. I'm not gonna think about this level until I have to again. Goodbye.